The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Hello there. Welcome to Explosion Alex Obi-Wan After Show, where we'll be breaking down, discussing, and reviewing each and every episode of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, Obi-Wan Kenobi. My name's Dylan Blight, and joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hello there. Excited
Hello
to talk
there.
about, interrogations and planes.
Stuff. Yeah, planes. I saw someone on Twitter, by the way, I just want to point out now. Last week pointed out how last week's episode that there was a very good chance for him to say hello there at one point, and they missed it. I was like, fuck, I didn't actually click onto that at all, but there was like a very missed opportunity when Leia's like, say hello or whatever, and he's just like, hello, but I was like, fuck, like, I would have like just made that cut that audio out, just make it like the show
there,
intro.
right there.
yeah.
I'm sure he said there sometime during this episode.
Yeah, it doesn't
this
count.
season.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. Maybe he
Part
needs a
4.
little bit more swagger before you can.
Well, maybe, yeah. He's like build it back up now. Maybe he'll finally say it. Maybe not. I don't know. Part 4 this week. Every episode's got shorter run times. This one's the shortest of them all. It's like 35 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's like 25 minutes after credits and everything.
Technically 39 minutes according to Disney Plus.
Okay. Like
yes,
run time?
it's the
But like,
shortest.
yeah, but it'll be like 30 minutes after credits, surely.
Something like that, yeah.
Somewhere around that, yeah. Does that include the recap as well, the 39 minutes? It does, doesn't it?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, I think they include that. So yeah, there's a recap, then there's opening the little Star Wars logo thing, then there's a very long
It says
credit.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like baggage to Disney Plus shows, like credits and openings and recaps and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, this week's episode, again, I'm not doing synopsises anymore.
Obi-Wan plots a mission.
Fucking hate it. Synopsis is that Obi-Wan recovers for like a hot 2 minutes. For a second, I was like, whoa, Clone Wars flashback, because you know what happens when people get into back to tanks. Nope, that's only in the Book of Boba Fett. Then he takes a detour. They go to some planet.
I mean, he kind of did have flashbacks, right?
I mean, he had like...
He flashbacks to like 20 minutes ago.
I was about to say he had like dark visions, but I was like, because I have been expecting flashbacks just so you could see like more Hayden Christensen, like just as Hayden
Because
Christensen.
that's what we expect.
That's what I was expecting. And when he got into the back to tank, I'm like, here we go. I've just watched an entire show where all they did was like zoom in on a dude in a back to tank having flashbacks, but we didn't get that. So no, does that, meets Ice Cube's son, they go save Leia, she's getting interrogated, boom, 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 Vader shows up. That's the episode's like save Leia from the Inquisitor's castle. I can't remember the exact name. Inquisitorius. Someone says it at some point in the show and says it like to the point that the line being delivered sounded this like as convincing as somehow he has returned, like when they're talking about fucking Palpatine, like somehow he's returned to Castle Inquisitorius. Oh, it's in the blah blah system, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. I was like, no, weird. What'd you make of this? What'd you think of this episode?
It was fine, which isn't really what you want, I guess, from an Obi-Wan 6-episode miniseries. You want them all to be kind of bangers or like have something special, but this one was kind of felt okay, I guess. It's a very much I guess like maybe a throwback episode to like he's got a special mission that he needs to do. I assume there was episodes of that like in the Clone Wars or whatever. They had to go rescue somebody from some sort of base.
Oh yeah, lots of the times, even in Rebels, they would break.
I mean, it's a very common storyline, so I mean, it doesn't really feel super special. I think Leia continues to be the highlight of this show, baby. Like she's really great as like against standing on her own, like against third sister, not caving in. She tells her she's not going to tell her where their base is, even though I don't know if she knows where their base is.
I don't know if she knows either.
Although my favorite line,
the whole episode, I'm like, does she know anything?
Does she know?
Yeah.
Did they talk about what planet they're going to? I don't know. Maybe they did last episode, but I doubt it. But my favorite line from the episode is when she goes, "We're having a staring contest." She's like clearly doing some sort of force hold on her.
Yeah. She's trying to mind read like the third sister. Doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was. I definitely feel like this is the worst episode. Like it was fine, but like it wasn't bad, but it definitely is like the worst out of the 4 so far, I would say. The other thing that sort of annoyed me about this episode was it just seems to move rudely fast. You know? Like, you get Obi-Wan in a bacta tank. His arm's all fucked up. They show you that. You have him having these dark, like, visions of Vader and Anakin and all this sort of stuff. You're like, damn, he's really going to have to, like, overcome a lot of mental barriers here and trauma, to sort of get back into the battle here. And then 2 seconds later, he just breaks out. He's like, "Nah, I'm good, bro. Let's go." Like, and like,
you need to save
and then
somebody. That's what happens.
They show him on the ship for 2 seconds, like struggling to like practicing the Force more or less, like it. And then 5 minutes later, he's like holding back an entire thing of water. I was like, just everything seems to move so fast in this episode, and it's like, oh, well, we only had 6 episodes. I'm like, well, that's your fault. Like, no one said that you just had to make the series 6 episodes. Like, I really feel like it needed to be like this episode nearly just needed to slow things right the hell down, especially given the way the last episode ended. You have this massive showdown with Vader, right? You know, we're at a 10 on the sort of Richter scale. Massive showdown. Obi-Wan gets his ass handed to him. This episode needed to just be him sort of chilling on that planet, talking to people. Maybe we have a flashback if it helps, like, build, like, to him overcoming building towards overcoming this trauma and getting back into the fight. But I really think that this episode should have just been him on that planet chilling with.
Even give us like 10 minutes of, like, instead of O'Shea Jackson Jr. like going, "This is the center of everything." Like, show us why it's the center of everything.
Yeah.
You know? This planet is really important.
Yeah. He's like, "This place is great. Everything comes from here. You don't know how many people come from here and what we do." I'm like, "No, you're correct. I have no idea what you're doing." Like, and it's because you won't show, like, put the brakes on. Like, I don't know. Like, and I feel like this is a common problem with these Star Wars shows at some points. Like, they're like, boom, like the moments where you really feel like the storytelling should slow the hell down for an episode at least. They're like, nah, boom, like straight through to the next big action moment, and you're like, I don't know, like
they need to follow Stranger Things to do like really long episodes.
Yeah, fuck it, just do like 90 minutes,
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, like what? It's a 30-minute episode. So you have this massive. I just don't get it. Like, in the writing room, they sat down and like broke this episode, right? They all sat down in the writing room, broke this episode, decided what it would be, and then went and did the script afterwards. And a bunch of people, producers and everyone went, "Nah, this is a good idea. Let's have the episode following a massive showdown with Darth Vader be a 30-minute episode that just flies through, quickly gets through this trauma shit, and gets straight to Obi-Wan back into the action, wielding a lightsaber, doing stuff." I'm like, no, like, I don't know, just chill for a moment. Like, we can get to,
isn't it? You want Obi-Wan to be Obi-Wan again, straight as soon as possible.
But yeah, I guess as soon as possible part's the, because I'm not saying that you don't get to this episode. I'm just saying it's the fact that it really feels like the events of this episode should have been 2 episodes. It feels like we should have slowed down for an episode, and then
we've only got 2 episodes left. He needs to be in fighting form so he can have his rematch with Vader.
There should have been 7 episodes at least. 8. I don't know. 2 seasons. Do it. Like, what?
The rumor is, do they confirm?
Yeah, they're saying that the rumor is that he's happy to do a second one, and obviously this is that they were saying, at least Disney was saying this is the best, or at least the first episode was the best performing show. I don't know, like the drop off, they won't tell us that, but the first episode was the best performing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a second season, but. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with what we got here. I would say there are cool things, of course. Like, I'm not saying it's all bad, but yeah, pacing and just general story wise, I was quite disappointed. Few other tidbits though, I would say, like, I would agree, Leia's continues to sort of be the highlight for me. I really enjoy her. That girl, the actress playing her, whose name I don't know off the top of my head. What is it? Actually, it's like Vivian Lyra Blair.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. She's really good. I enjoyed those scenes somewhat for her, but I would say it is very weird to see how intense in the way that the third sister talks to her. Like, especially the first time she walks into the room, I was like, this seems like a parody almost. It's like this 10-year-old girl sitting in the room by herself, shackles or whatever. The third sister walks in like, "That's right, you're fucked." Tell us where the rebel secrets are, like all this sort of stuff. And I think, as we're saying, I think maybe the problem is that even I, as someone who, like, I've only watched last week's episode once. Like, I'm not rewatching these episodes, but I don't know if I should be expected to. But I'm sitting there going, does she know anything? Like, I didn't think she did. Like, she didn't. They didn't. Did they ever say ever at one point like where they're going? Or like, so
trusting them because her father's part of the rebellion. I guess they think maybe.
Yeah, so maybe those things would have helped if I, as an audience member, at least understood if Leia was just actually telling the truth or she's legit. Like keeping the secrets, or like what the hell the go is there. So yeah, some of those scenes were a bit weird.
I think maybe she did know, but that doesn't mean that she knows exactly where the center of the thing is.
No,
they just know where they were going next. Yeah,
no, and she doesn't know much of anything. She would have had to be
paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she would have known what she knows the planet. I guess is that like solely the planet.
These planets are very big. I don't know if they know this, but
yeah. They have multiple moons in these systems and everything. Like, crazy. But the thing I hated most about this episode, I've got to get this out. It really annoyed me. The escape at the end, where it is a very quick sequence of that character whose name I can't remember, throws a coat to Obi-Wan, says, "Here, put this on," and then it cuts to a shot. Hey, what's his name? Tala like throws that coat or whatever to Obi-Wan, and then as soon as it cut to that shot of them like walking through the crowd, like it's fucking Shaggy and Scooby standing on each other in the Scooby-Doo movie or some weird shit like that.
I don't know. He could have some like deformality, you know.
It looks
could be some sort of alien creature with like a tiny body next to him.
There is not at any point that looked like it wasn't someone hiding a small child under their coat. Like, it is so bad. And I don't know if I'm overreacting.
They should have done the hunchback thing, you know? Give her a piggyback. That would have been more believable.
I mean, it actually would have been, to be honest. But then what sort of made it worse was, for some reason, they then have that shot, they cut to a close-up of Leia peeking out. I'm like, why did we have this as a shot? Is this so the audience remembers she's in there? Because I'm well aware she's in there. Trust me. Like, I'm well aware.
They're worried that the audience won't notice that she's on.
Yeah, the fact that if that's why they did it, if they cut to a close-up because they're like, we better remind the audience that she's there. I'm like, you're really off you don't know what you're smoking over there. Because
come on, that's a fun, like, prequels, like, comedy bit.
It's the most bad thing. They walk past all these people, like troopers, I don't know, normal soldiers, whatever. They walk past all these people, no one says shit. Like, it was so dumb. Like, I'm like, why? Is this because you like, this is the thing where you're like, writing, you get to the end, you're like, fuck. How do they get out there? You're like, how do they get out there?
There's a lot of people here. How do we?
There's a lot of people like, oh, I know. We'll just have Leia hide under the coat. Like, I just feel like maybe it's annoying me more like a string of like between like add this onto the episode 1 Leia running from those 2 goons. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, there's like a handful of scenes in this show where it's just a little bit silly.
It's just kids show goofiness, yeah. Just
a little bit silly. But I even think it was played for laughs. It's played serious. Like, hey, she's really hiding. I'm like, no, she's not. It's so obvious. It's ridiculously obvious. It's annoying me. I don't know if, again, maybe I'm overreacting, but I was sitting there going,
you're overreacting. I think
you're fucking me. You're fucking me. Because, literally it was like Scooby-Doo is what the problem was. Anyway, they escape. You get this Vader scene at the end, which is kind of cool, I guess. She's put a tracker in. She's put a tracker in Lola.
Lola. Lola.
Doja Cat. And then that's how they're going to track, because she says
Leia should have noticed that something was wrong. Like, why did she give her a droid back?
Yeah, you would have thought, Leia.
Yeah, it's like, this is suspicious.
Really letting the team down, Leia. So now, what do we think's going to happen? We got 2 episodes left. Vader's going to show up next episode again. I don't know. What do you think's going?
Well, clearly they're going to go track them down and like fuck up their base. Like, all those people are going to.
Yeah.
You know. There's not much else to tell there. You know. You know, I think they're going to escape. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, you know, all bets are off. I think anything could happen other than, you know, Leia and Obi-Wan dying. So everybody else is on the pebble.
Shia Jackson's about to have a very bad Friday, just like his father did.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like each of these episodes, like a random kind of famous person shows up.
But they were all announced as like the main cast. Like I remember he was on the main cast list, Kamal was on the main cast list, like Sun Kang was on the main cast list. Now a few of these people obviously are in every episode or most episodes, but then a lot of these other people they announced, like Kamal and Oshia, have showed up from one episode. So,
but back in the day, those would be like character actors, you know, not like people who have starred in movies.
No,
headlined. Like Maya Erskine, who plays the pilot, like she's from Pen 15 or whatever.
Yeah,
one of the girls. It's like she's very small role.
Yeah,
but you know, because of Star Wars,
that's common in Star Wars though as a franchise at this point. Like having big name people. Yeah, maybe not back in the day, but it is a thing now. Like I got to be in Star Wars, sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah, just a little bit. Oh, that's what she's doing in the show. I thought she was going to get like something bigger.
Yeah.
Although that moment where they're all walking all in the ship and then, you know, Leia holds Obi-Wan's hand. Yeah. That was a very nice moment.
That was nice. Could have used some more of those in this episode instead of put on accelerated action, but that's fine.
You know? You didn't love him holding the ocean back with the Force?
No. Solely because I just feel like, again, we've...
You know, he built his way up. You know, he did the sound thing, so they went the other way. And then he did that. And then he turned all the lights off.
He's like, I'm really struggling.
And he messed those two stormtroopers up.
Really struggling to move this thing on the ship, but let me hold back a whole ocean now.
Also, I love the over-the-topness of the torture device or whatever it was.
Yeah. That scene was cool, the lighting again, like when the lights go out and Obi-Wan like lights up the lightsaber and fucks those stormtroopers up. That was cool from a lighting perspective. But with that water thing, the other thing that annoyed me is so the only time you've ever seen Jedi do like ultra fast running in any Star Wars movie is in the Phantom Menace. There's like that one scene where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon like zip down a corridor at like 1,000 miles an hour, and it's like Jedi powers. And then in this, Obi-Wan has to outrun this wave. I'm like, now's the chance to bring it back, bring back the Phantom Menace, like have him just like force fucking run.
He forgot how to do it. It's been too long.
Bullshit. Any final thoughts, anything?
You know, I think evil bases should just not have windows underwater. I think that's a common thing.
That's a good point. I don't know why they're necessary, so.
Yeah, it's just water. You know?
Yeah. Don't need to know what's out there.
Crazy.
It's fine.
Yeah. Was the prison, the yellow prison things important in any way? They held in like amber.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. It's
like we haven't invented what's it called? Yeah,
carbonite.
Yeah, we haven't invented carbonite yet. We need something else.
Maybe it's better than carbonite because it's like see-through.
You can see them properly.
You can actually see them. But yeah, I have no idea why they're keeping.
I thought it was like I thought he would have like seen somebody recognized, and that's like, but didn't seem like
I didn't see anyone I recognized. So if someone seen,
that's such an easy point where you could have just stuck like.
I was on the lookout for Cal. I was on the lookout for Cal Kestis. What's his name? Cameron. Whatever his name is.
Yeah. Like,
Cameron.
Imagine he's stuck in amber.
Yeah, I was like,
spoilers.
That would have been the place.
Or like Satine. That would be sad.
Yeah, but there was no one. I don't think. I mean, that kid's like, for some reason, I don't know why that kid's there. Like, that's a weird one. Like, everyone else just looks like, makes sense.
It
but
looks
the
like
kids
a Jedi youngling. Like,
yeah, it's like a youngling, but literally from like 10 years
like
before, like literally the night of Order 66.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where the third sister's from. You know, she saw them do that to that kid and like, I think that's pretty cool. I want to join your side.
I want to join your amber bad guy.
I think people should be kept in amber, you know, so they live forever. Kind of.
Not that it's a Jurassic Park tie-in because you got Jurassic Park to
coming out. Yeah,
it's coming out this week. Yeah, it's time. It's all part of the same universe. Confirmed. LucasFilm universe.
Well, I mean, no. Those people in amber turn into dinosaurs because it's set a long time ago. This predates the dinosaurs.
That's a good point. Yes. that kid becomes a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Fuck Broom Boy. Look out for Rex Boy. All right.
With this.
Thank you for joining us for this episode. Please subscribe to Holocron Entries, this podcast, for all our other Star Wars shows, including The Mandalorians, The Very Bad Batch, whatever our Andor after show is called, and much more Star Wars content. Follow all of our Twitters by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter and join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you like this episode and you want to tell us, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support to donate as little as $1 or set up a monthly recurring payment to support the show and explosionnetwork.com. Until next week, please be civilized.